Alycats and new viewers. So today is part 1 of my October 2014 geeky pickups, and if you can't tell, I've got power back! Yay! So if you didn't watch my update vlog before, I was out of power for 3 days, so that's why there was a lack of videos. But we're going back and going to look at some cool stuff. And first off, I'm just going to get the girly stuff out of the way. But as you can tell, I'm wearing an Aladdin shirt. Let me stand up a little bit so you can see it better, maybe. And of course I wore purple today, October 16th, because it's LGBT Equality Day, and even though I'm not a part of the LGBT community, I have several friends and family members who are. So I'm supporting them by wearing some purple on my top. Don't really have any purple tops. I know some of you don't, agree with that, and I understand, but I do support equal rights, so just letting you know, because that's what I do. I'm an open book, so yeah, I'm wearing purple to support the cause. And that was my first pickup, the Aladdin tank top, by the way. Second pickup is this awesome Little Mermaid tank top, which I love the Disney clothes now for, like, people my age, because they make it edgier. These tank tops are basically see-through, and they're just really cute and stylish, and I love them. And I just love how they're making Disney clothes edgier now for people my age and a little older. I just love it. And this next piece of clothing you've seen me wear in a video previously. It's a Lion King dress, and it's black and white. It's just got the different characters from the Lion King on it. And the back, I love the back. It's got crisscross straps on the back. Another edgy detail that I love. So you don't seem too childish while wearing these Disney clothes, because they have some sexy elements to them. So that's what I love about Disney clothes now. They have a little bit of edge and sexiness to them. And now moving on to the actual, merchandise, cool stuff. First off is Elsa from Frozen, Funko Pop. I'm obsessed with Frozen, okay? I love that film. I've seen it several times. I know the songs by heart. It's kind of sad. But Elsa is so beautiful. She's got a snowflake in her hand. And if you turn her around, you can see her braid, and it's got snowflakes all in it. I don't know if you can tell, but it does. And then she's got, this translucent cape. I love it. She's just really well detailed. She even has purple eyeshadow. It's amazing. I love this Funko Pop. Number 29 in my collection. And she even has, little rosy cheeks. So, I adore this Elsa Funko Pop. And actually, I had another thing to show you, and it fell off the little makeshift table I have, so I'm going to have to grab it really quick. But I'm still talking to you guys, so here we go. I got it. So, another thing that, sorry for the chair too, it makes noises when I move. But Funko is making a new line of figures now, and they're called reaction figures, and they're based off of franchises like Nightmare on Elm Street, Alien, Halloween, Nightmare Before Christmas, and Firefly. And of course, I have a Firefly figure. It's Malcolm Reynolds, and I love the packaging. It's very retro looking. And I'm not taking Mal out of the packaging because I don't want to ruin it. But it's really cool. It's got a picture of Nathan Fillion here somewhere. And of course the Mal figure. And the Mal figure comes with his signature pistol. But you can also get Jane, Zoe, Kaylee, or Wash. I'd love to have all 5, but these are kind of pricey. They're about the same price as a Funko Pop. But they're really cool. And of course, like I said, they have different franchises, so you can collect characters from a different franchise if you prefer. I love Firefly, though. It's my favorite TV show of all time. So I had to get at least Malcolm Reynolds right now, because he's really, really badass, and I love him. Now, moving on to a CD that I got this month. Of course, Firefly was made by Joss Whedon, and Dr. Horrible Sing-Along Blog was made by Joss Whedon, and it also has Nathan Fillion in it. So I bought the soundtrack finally. Now, this soundtrack, I looked everywhere for this. I went 60 miles out of town to try to find the soundtrack at, these little small local indie music stores and big chain stores. Nobody had the soundtrack besides Amazon, so I got it, and I love it. Now, I know I could, pop the movie in and watch it for the millionth time, or go to YouTube and listen to the songs, but, it's nice to listen to listen to Brand New Day and Everyone's a Hero. In My Eyes, those are my favorite songs. Just by popping them into my CD player, and I'm a huge fan of actual physical CDs, so I love this. It's definitely a must-have if you're a Dr. Horrible fan. And if you haven't seen Dr. Horrible, watch it. It's one of the best musicals I've ever seen. But it's not your typical musical. There's no dancing or anything. It's just singing. It's just really funny and heartfelt, and I could sing its praises all day. No pun intended. But it's amazing, and I love the soundtrack. So yeah, I'm definitely glad to have that finally in my collection. And now we're moving on to games, if I can get this stuff situated correctly. First off, for the PS4, I got The Evil Within, and since I pre-ordered it, I got the special lenticular packaging, which, as far as I can tell, all that happens if you move, like, you can't move it side to side, it doesn't do anything, but if you move it up and down, this little stake here, seems like it goes closer to her eyeball, like it gets farther down. That's about the only thing I've noticed with the lenticular cover. But with the actual game itself, it has alternate cover art. If you did not notice, if you have the game, it does have alternate cover art, which this kind of reminds me of the Evil Dead art a little bit, which I love that movie. So I love this cover art, which I'm actually keeping in this packaging, so it doesn't really matter that I switched it, but details. But it's gorgeous. I mean, I just love this alternate cover art, which, I mean, the original cover art just looks like this. It's got the woman with the logo and the stake and all that. But I love this, and I actually really enjoyed this game so far. I've only gotten to play one chapter because power is out for forever, but it's really tense from the beginning. It looks pretty good. My suggestion is, if you pick up The Evil Within, set the graininess to 50%. Now, you'll have to go to the menus section, go to options, and it'll have like cinematic graininess or something. It's automatically set at 100%. I suggest moving it down to 50% because it just makes the game look better in my opinion. But yes, it's a really good game so far. I love it. The controls are pretty simple so far. They're not clunky or anything. It does take a little getting used to the camera angles and all that, but so far I really enjoy it. It's a good survival horror game so far, but again, I've only played one chapter. And now moving on to the rest of the gaming stuff I have. Just put this in my lap. First off, my uncle was very generous, and he gave me some old PS2 demo discs, which these are actually from my childhood. We used to play these demo discs all the time, so I'm really glad to actually have them in my collection because these are very nostalgic. But this first one has playable demos of Beyond Good and Evil and Drakengard, and also Metal Arms, Glitch in the System, Champions of Norrath, Realms of EverQuest, and James Bond 007, Everything or Nothing. And then it's got a few videos and reviews, but it's just really cool, and I just have really fond memories. This one has 3 discs in it. I don't know why my uncle did that, but one of these discs has playable demos of Astro Boy, Van Helsing, Echo Night Beyond, which is a game I'm looking for, and then some racing games I don't care anything about. And I have no clue what the other discs have on them because he took them out of the original packaging, so surprise! And the last disc has playable demos for Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six 3, Siphon Filter the Omega Strain, Terminator 3 Redemption, and Cygirls, which I don't really want to play any of those, but it's nice to have the demo disc anyway. And like, these used to come in like Expert Gamer and PlayStation Magazine and stuff when he used to get those, so it's really cool to have. And of course I'm a huge PS2 fan. Now moving on to another game I really wanted for a long time, and I finally got it. It's Professor Layton vs. Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. I'm a huge fan of the Phoenix Wright games. I've played the first Professor Layton game. I want to play the rest, but I just haven't been able to find them. And I haven't gotten to play this yet, sadly, because I'm playing another game on my 3DS, but once I finish that game, this one's getting popped in. I'm really excited to see how they melded the worlds of Professor Layton and Phoenix Wright together, because as Professor Layton, you're doing a lot of puzzles and all this kind of stuff, and in Phoenix Wright, you're solving murder cases and, you know, that kind of stuff. So I'm really excited to see how they mesh these two worlds together. And of course, I just love getting games for my 3DS, so that's perfect. Another game I was super excited to find, which I'm kind of bummed I couldn't find the GameCube version, I would have preferred to have had that version, but I was just happy to find this game. It's Killer 7 for the PS2. Now, I'm a pretty big Pt.1 fan. The only game I did not like of his was Killer is Dead. But Killer 7, I've heard great things about. It looks really interesting. Like I said, I wish I had the GameCube version because I know it's the superior version of the game. But I'm just happy to have this. It's complete and it's in great condition. It was a great price, so I just picked it up. If I can find the GameCube version later, I'll get it. But right now, I'm content just to have the PS2 version. And the final two things for this part 1 of the pickups. My uncle, again, was very generous, and he gave me his copy of Silent Hill 2 because he had played it before and he didn't want it anymore. So, I'd only played the beginning a long time ago when I was at his house. So, I wanted to play this because I know this is a classic survival horror game. And I want to experience the Silent Hill games. I haven't played the Silent Hill game. I know, bad Lissa. So, I finally have Silent Hill 2, and he was even generous enough to throw in the strategy guide, so I don't wander around confused as hell, because I know this is a really confusing game. Like, you can wander around the city for hours because you don't know to go to a certain place or get this certain item. So, super nice of him to give me the game and the strategy guide. My uncle is the best uncle ever. I adore him, and he's just the best. Sorry, my uncle's better than yours. I'm sorry. He really is. He's amazing. And he watches these videos, so hi. So that's it for this part of the pickups. The next part, I promise you, has a lot of stuff. I had a lot of stuff this month, so I had to split into 2 parts, but the next part has equally awesome things in it. So please stick around for that. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. I would love to have you as an Alycat so we can be friendsies. Like the video if you liked it. Leave a comment down below. Tell me what you picked up or what you think about anything I picked up. Favorites so your friends and family can see. Share me as long as you do it nicely. That's all I ask. And just have a great, wonderful day or night or whatever it is when you watch this. And just remember that I love each and every one of you so much. And thank you for sticking around and supporting me during this kind of rough time. Thank you. It means the world to me. Peace and kisses.